welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the last 3 episodes of router work and how to make a sign. So in the last 3 episodes, you've seen how I was able to set up a sign crafter for doing lettering with a router. This is all the lettering, and in the last episode you see me set all of this up, and you see me do so far we got Hunter's Room Minecraft. Now in the very first episode I explained about making your own templates for designs. Like in this case we're doing Minecraft, so we need to have the axe, the 2-sided axe, and the sword. So basically I had to make these myself because you don't get stuff like this in the sign crafter kit. So I took Arborite, which I have. So basically I just took some Arborite, some scrap ends that I got kicking around here in the shop, and I've cut these out, and I've laminated 2 pieces together with a little thin piece of cardboard between them to get them the same thickness as these templates here, so that they'll ride in this cradle. Now they did come they end up being a little thicker than what I needed because they were tight running in the rails. So as you can see, I sanded them down on my bench sander to get them so that they'll slide easily. Not too slack, but easily to slide in and out. So what we're going to be doing today, I'll just touch a little base. Now it takes a bit of work to make these. It's a bit of time consuming, and you got to take your time. I've used, to get the round edge here and here, I just used a 5/8 spade bit and drilled through. Actually it was a Forstner bit actually, and drilled down through, and then cut everything else out with the jigsaw. Now you're not going to be able to have points because the collet is round, the router bit is round, so like the design on the tools shows points. Well, we're gonna have points, but at the end of the day, once you get it all done and you paint in everything, it then shows, you know, what it is. So we're going to be setting up with one of these today and routering in one of these. Now I went ahead and I done all of my layout because that was a bit of time consuming also. So now when you're doing stuff like this, it's self-preference. You basically put it wherever you want it. So I got the 2-sided axe here, the sword here, and then I got the axe right here on each side right here with a space in between. You don't want to have it too tight because it's going to look all bunched up and crowded and look too busy, and it just won't look right. So take your time, do your layout, and figure it all out. Again, if you take your time with stuff, you will it will come out a lot nicer. Now I explained about these guide couplers, or the rail couplers and the rail extenders. That was because we had to use them for the big letters. But now we're going to be taking one of them off because we don't need all of that now. We're just going to put them to the side. So now this is obviously you're going to be laying all of this out a little different. So it's going to be a little tricky using the clamps and everything. You see how that's slided in there nicely? Slides in. Actually, this here slides nicer than what these do. So I want to get this in the middle. So I got to slacken off that stop screw right there for that stop. And push that back. I want that roughly in the middle, and you'll see why. Now we're just going to use some of these, it don't matter which ones, for fillers. Again, you got a little bit of room, so you can just, there we go, that's that one. Put another one there. These are just fillers to fill in the space. To fill in the gap. That looks handy, but close, I think. Yeah, that'll be close enough. And because we're just going on a short distance, we won't have to use the rail stays. And I'll show you what that is if you've never seen in the first episode. These have to line up right straight in order to get in there. Don't want to go in today. I don't know why that went. Oh, hold on now. Make sure it's. There we go. Make sure everything's all lined up. There we go. And we tighten up these screws. And I always like to just snug them up so that nothing moves. Now it is going to be a little different to try to clamp down, because the way we're going to be going on the workpiece. Going to be a little harder. Now, so we got a little bit. I'll try to center. Here we go. Slacken off that one. Now we'll push them two stops in. Push that one in. There we go. And then there you have it. So now that's in there, you can't move. It's out of the ends of the way. Now I already, like I said, laid out where I want this to go. So I'm just going to basically guide that there like that. I got my center lines and everything. And the center point is there, center point is there. I got a center line right through the workpiece. When you're putting lines on your workpiece, don't press too hard on your pencil. You just want faint lines, because if you put real dark pencil lines there, it's going to be hard to get them out. It's going to be extra sanding. So there we have it. So that's where I want that to go. Now, as you've seen in the last episode where we were up here, it was easy to clamp everything. So this time it's going to be a little, I got to move this down a little bit. This time it's going to be, because I want to get this right with the edge of the, now, I don't even know if this is going to reach. Just barely. But once it gets the two clamps on, once you get the 2 clamps on, it should not move. But we'll double check it and see. There we go, see? They're solid, can't move. That's good. Now again, dealing with power tools, and so you're dealing with electricity, you're dealing with sharp tools, flying dust and everything, so you got to be careful. Take your time. Now when you're routering this, now I got this made 5/8 here, like this is here, so to call it a ride. But now you got to take your time, extra a little bit time, and just keep the collet riding tight against all of this. Now what I done in my last one, as you can see, there's a big opening here. So once you router around all of this, then I take that out, I router that out. That way then, because when you go to paint it in, it shows the full axe head. So again, using the plunge router, and if you've been following along, you know what the plunge router is, but basically this is your lever for releasing. So now that's in the down position for routering, and then before you move the router out, you release, and that brings the bit up, clear your work area, and then you pick the router up and move it to the next one. And most importantly, make sure you understand how your power tool works, no matter which one you're using. And always make sure you wear your safety glasses, because you're dealing with a lot of dust flying and you don't want to get nothing in your eyes. So we're going to try this and see how it turns out. We'll blow that dust out. So all the edges are good. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that middle spot out. I'll get that taken out, and then I can take it, clear the clamps, and show you how it turned out. So that's that one. Now I'll just show you that, and then we'll change it over and do the other one. So right now, there's that one axe. So now we got to take this out, and we got to flip it over. We just got to take him now, flipping over for doing the other way. Put everything back. There's little grooves there that can lock into. Sometimes they're just stubborn to get in. There we go. Now, tighten that up. Let's make sure everything's snug. There we go. That's tight. That's tight. Now we got to do the same thing again. So we get our lines. There we go. That's our center lines. Line that up there. Now I can clamp that down again. And as you've seen, it don't take much to hold it in place, but because we're just catching the end of the anchor point of the sign crafter jig. There we go. All right. And we're ready to go again. This can be fun too. Especially when you're doing different custom templates that you make up yourself. Makes it more enjoyable. that's that one. So that's the 2 axes done. And I'll tip that up and show you. So that's the 2 axes done. That one there, that one there. So now we're going to set up and do this one. Now we're going to have to do, I'm going to have to move this out of my way because we're going to have to lay this out a little different in order to be able to clamp it down. So I'm going to have to put it there like that so I can get the clamps in this way. And we're going to have to use some scrap material for spacing also. But we'll get this all figured out here first. Remember, this is all plastic, so now we're going to take that out. We'll take this one out. See how nice and easy that slides? Now, which one are we doing? So we're going to do that sword. Okay. Now I made these pretty much all the same length when I made them, the templates. So I think this should fit in there correctly. There we go. Okay, now I already got this one laid out where I want him. So basically he's going to go there like that. But now see how we're going across the workpiece? And I got nothing here to anchor my clamps. So this is where you want some scrap material. Actually, what I got there is not wide enough. I can clamp this down, but then I got to get this anchored because I don't want my wood to move either. So try to line that up the best way I can. Now, obviously, we're a long ways away from where we actually need to be. Everything is all in the setup. If you get your setup right, it'll turn out good. Now let's see if this is okay. No, that's snug too. Okay, because when I draw this down, I got this cradle tight to the workpiece, and you're not pushing that hard, so it's not going to go anywhere. Yeah, there we go. So now we're going to do. Now I got the template when I first made it. I come way up here. But we're not going to do that when we router it. I'm just going to break this turn because that'll give the more effect of the guard on the sword. And I'll see if that's what I wanted. Okay, I got to go a little bit more up on that one to make the handle look the same. Never had to go much. Now, I'll take that off. That's that one done. Then we got to just do the same thing with the other one. Again, there's going to be a lot of sanding to do to get all them burrs out, but there's the sword. Now we're going to go over and do this one. Two done. Like I said, like everything, takes a bit of time, a bit of patience. That got to be exact. That got to fit in there exactly. I just have to give it a little twist. Now I gotta loosen this for a second. It's not allowing me to get that in there square. Here we go. You can have a lot of fun with this. Trying to get everything especially making up your own templates. Now we're going to get the gear again. Move that in a little bit. Just trying to get everything that I can also anchor it down, because it's got to be tight. Again, I already had it drawn out where I wanted it. And now we're almost to the end of all of the routering, except for the outer edges that I talked about. That'll be in another segment when we go to cut off our material, because like I said, we're longer than what we needed. So we're going to be making sure that we got the same amount here. We got it on the ends, cut it off, and then we're going to router the outer perimeter, and then it's sanding and painting. I hope my buddy Hunter is going to lick his sign, thanks to his grandma. Isn't that right, Sarah? Point right there I gotta get out. I think that's it. Here we go. I'll blow the dust off of this. I'll take that out and I'll show you what it looks like. This out of the way. So here we go. So we got Hunter's Room, Minecraft, the 2 axes, double-sided axe, and the sword. So that's it. So that's that much done. Like I said, in the next episode, we're going to be cutting this off here, cutting it off here, sanding it up a little bit, routering the edges, and then we got to find out. I got to find out from my friend Sarah what Hunter's favorite colors are, because what I like to do is like in Hunter's room and Minecraft, for example, that'll be done in his favorite colors. But then for the axes and stuff, it'll have it's a custom paint that I made that is actually a diamond blue that actually glitters and shines. Same way with here, and the same way with here. But you'll be getting to see all of that as our work continues on router work and how to make a sign with a router. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. Send me a like, send me a comment, and subscribe please. That'd be great. Thank you, and have a good day.